Well, it is January 2nd, 2019. It was exactly this time last year on January 2nd of 2018 that I went in to have my total hip replacement. Well, it's about 3:35 a.m. in the morning and I'm getting ready to head off to work here. But a year ago I was up and nervous and preparing to go to the hospital. I was supposed to be there at 7 a.m. My boss from work came and picked me up and drove me up there at about 6:30 a.m. and then the hip replacement started. The surgery wouldn't start until about 10 a.m. They were about an hour late. And here is one of the items that is left over from the hip replacement. It's one of those grabber situations that they give you. Well, actually that I bought. I don't know how much this item cost. Here's another item that I bought that I actually still use, and that's a sock putter honor tool. I was using the cane for months before the hip replacement because I needed a little bit of help getting around. It now just sits here leaning against the wall. And this walker I was forced to buy because they didn't like the walker that I had that I'd borrowed from my mother. It was a walker with wheels and they didn't like that one, so they made me buy this one that only has 2 wheels and the typical tennis ball stuff. I of course don't use this anymore, but I keep it around handy because you just never know. So I am walking around a whole lot better now. I still have a little bit of a limp, and I don't know why that is, but I'm doing a whole lot better. Certainly feeling a lot better. The pain that I was constantly having in my right hip is pretty much gone. There's a little bit twinge here and there, and maybe it's just because I'm getting older. I'm going on my 59th birthday in April. But I'm doing so much better. The worst part for me prior to the hip replacement was trying to sleep. It was very painful just to lay down in bed, and once you stayed in exactly the same position, you were okay. But as soon as you went to move, it's like, oh my goodness, it was terrible. Supposed to go back to the orthopedic surgeon in February some point to do a follow-up 1-year appointment. And just to make sure everything is still there, but I think everything is good. So my hip replacement surgery at 58 years old went very, very well. Actually, I was 57 when I had the surgery. I'm now 58. So I had a good hip replacement story, and hopefully I will never ever have to have another one.